Each and every aircraft, military or civilian, after a stipulated period of use, has to be down for maintenance and overhaul. This down period is an integral part of aircraft's shelf life. Timely maintenance will pave for better and efficient use of the aircraft. In military aviation, the efficiency of a force is not alone decided by the number of aircraft it has, but also by the number of aircraft that are available for combat duty. The amount of aircraft available for combat duty at any given time is termed rate of availability or fleet availability or uptime. This rate of availability for an aircraft is not constant, and it greatly depends on the user and his maintenance techniques. It also varies with the mission of the aircraft, the technology used, cost invested for maintenance and the availability of spares and manpower. The uptime of an aircraft just doesn't depend on the availability of spares or maintenance schedule, it is always user-defined, that is the Air Force using the jet, sets the desired fleet availability value. The OEM working closely with the user will set the course towards achieving these numbers. One main factor in deciding the rate of availability of an aircraft is the mission it is tasked with. Aircraft deployed on forward active duty are tasked with the crucial job of responding first for any incidents arising in the area. Hence, these squadrons always enjoy higher rate of availability. To sustain these demanding rates, original equipment manufacturers, the Air Force and the supply chain have to maintain synergy. This is critical to maintaining unhindered supply of spares and replacement parts that are critical to keep an aircraft airworthy. Modern aircraft are constructed by integrating a large amount of subsystems and components. These technologies are derived from multiple sources and then integrated to build a lethal delivery platform. As technology progresses, the complexity involved in maintaining them also increases by several folds. It takes considerable time to arrive at the root of a problem detected and then even longer to set it right. This directly influences the fleet availability. Original equipment manufacturers are now introducing self-troubleshooting systems. Uptime of an aircraft is also directly influenced by the cost a user invests in the maintenance cycle of an aircraft. Military planners chalk out maintenance schemes under the successive flight and maintenance planning programs. Here, every factor involved is taken into account to drastically reduce the maintenance schedule and thereby to increase efficiency. Aviation sector, worldwide, maintains aircraft by what is called safe-by-the-book technique, below which, maintainers invest high amount of time on every aircraft and are advised not to find any shortcuts which may compromise the safety factor. Availability of spares is a factor that directly resonates on the fleet availability. This factor is also dependent on the investment of the user in maintenance cycle. A synergy maintained between user, original equipment manufacturers and the supply chain will guarantee unhindered supply of spares, which keeps aircraft airworthy and thus also boosts rate of availability. The Indian Air Force, which is tasked with maintaining the airspace of the country, is the fourth largest air force in the world. For Indian Air Force, maintaining a combat-ready fleet has been a major concern for the past decade. A recent official document claims that rate of availability of Indian Air Force's fleet is lesser than the 50% mark on an average. This is a major concern for a country like India, which is surrounded by hostile neighbors. More than 90% of India's fighter squadrons are composed of Russian aircraft. One constant issue with them are maintenance and availability of spares. Compared to Western fighters, Russian aircraft have a higher percentage of aircraft on ground factors, which is the total amount of aircraft that is unfit to fly due to maintenance or technical issues. Su-30 Mki forms the core of Indian Air Force's striking power. The fleet availability of this modern fighter varies between 40 to 45%, according to several internal reports. It's a dismal number, given the huge investment India has made in the program. The reason for this is accounted to the constant technical issues and unavailability of spares. The MiG-29s, which serve the Navy and the Air Force, are maintained with a fleet availability of 45%. In case of MiG-21 and MiG-27 aircraft, the situation was worst given their age. Sources indicate the rate of availability of these aircraft was less than 30%, leaving the Air Force almost toothless. The Mirage, imported from France, paints a cheerful picture. The global logistics system followed by Dassault, the manufacturer of Mirage, has enabled it to enjoy around 70% of availability. And the same applies to Rafale. As a recourse, India has signed multiple deals with original equipment manufacturers and vendors to source in greater amount of spares. Need of the hour is a synchronized effort to create a logistics supply chain, which will pave the way for an unhindered supply system. India recently concluded a deal with Russian vendors to set up exclusive spares and maintenance depot in India. As Indian Air Force stares towards uncertain future with rapid decommissioning rates, it is critical that aircraft in service are combat ready.